Everyone, and welcome to today's vlog. So if you've noticed, I didn't put up my reading vlog on Friday because I thought I'd have this for you guys a few days later, and I thought this would be more enjoyable because I didn't actually read anything last week. So what the plan is I am currently at the Lifeline Book Festival. It doesn't start until tomorrow, but the guys reached out about a month ago and asked me if I'd be interested in vlogging the event, and I figured I'm going anyway, so I may as well. So this video is sponsored by Lifeline. So basically what they asked me to do is come in a day early and do some interviews with them and see how they set up, kind of just get a general vibe for how the next few days is going to run, and then I will be here tomorrow to also film and buy a bunch of books. So I thought I would take you guys along with me just to indulge in my book hoarding fantasies. And lucky me, I get to be that guy walking around vlogging. So for those of you who aren't aware, the Lifeline Bookfest is the world's largest secondhand book festival. I've come every year for like the past 3 years. I find the Lifeline Book Festival is the best place to get all my like old school fantasy books, books that aren't necessarily out in stores anymore or you can't really get online. I got all my Jennifer Fallon books here, all my Robin Hobb books here. I've got get a lot of fantasy books from here. I'm super pumped to see what they have this year. There's a few that I'm on the lookout for. I tried to set myself a $50 limit, but I'll probably set it to 100 depending on
My name's Roy Frith. I'm the Retail Operations Manager for Lifeline Brisbane. I've been working for Lifeline for over 20 years. This is our largest fundraiser. We do it biannually a year. We have one in January and June. June is now a 9-of-a-day event. It runs from a Saturday through to a Sunday. We sell over about 1.1 million books, $1.1 million we make in this event. The books range, we have books in the dollar section, kids books in there at 50 cents each. We have a $2 section and we have a high quality section. We do have volunteers. It takes us to set it up. We use about 200 volunteers. The book you're looking for, you'll find it.
alarm anyone, but I just found the final Red Rising arc that I don't own. So I just left the setup of the Lifeline Book Festival, which is super exciting. As you saw, I found a Red Rising arc that I am deceased over. Good morning. So it is 7 AM on Saturday the 23rd of June. It is the first day of the Lifeline Book Festival. I am heading to said book festival to see what bargains I can grab and to film some more.
Hey, I'm Cher and I've been volunteering at Bookfest for about 2 years. It's such a lovely community here. All the volunteers are out to help each other. We're all friends with each other and we're here for a good cause. What I get out of it is just to make friends with everyone. We're all book lovers and yeah, it's just a great time all around. We love coming twice a year, so yeah.
Oh my god! Where did you come from? And why are you filming me?
Cool, what do you think?
As someone who's never been here before, this is really cool. Kind of go through all of the different sections and see if there's any cool finds.
Day 1 / day 2 for me of the Lifeline Book Festival. That's me done for this year because I went way over my $50 limit. I thought I would show you guys what I got. I found some pretty incredible books. The first one I got was a Mockingjay hardcover. I have the other two in hardcover, but I just wanted it to finish my set. So I got Mockingjay. I also picked up Maximum Ride in hardcover because I'm trash. You know how I feel about Maximum Ride, and I always see Maximum Ride there every year, and I'm always like, do I get the first few in hardcover? Do I not? And I just thought, why not? I also picked up the first 2 books in the Rainwild Chronicles by Robin Hobb. These are, I believe, dragon-related books. So I have the Dragon Keeper and Dragon Haven. As you know, I didn't really finish Assassin's Apprentice, which we had for the Name of the Book Club book. So I'm reluctant about the Robin Hobb in general, but I really want some, I'm craving some dragon stuff. So hopefully those will be good. I also found an ARC copy of An Ember in the Ashes by Sabaa Tahir, which is awesome. I actually remember I had one of these when this first came out and I traded it to someone. But I picked this one up for Brittany. I know she loves it, and I saw it and I was like, Brittany. So I'll be sending that one to Brittany. For myself, I also picked up these 2. Now these 2, I don't know why I picked them up, but I picked them up in hopes that I will finally read the first book. So I picked up Red Seas Under Red Skies and The Republic of Thieves by Scott Lynch, which are the second and third books after The Lies of Locke Lamora. And I know I've tried to read The Lies of Locke Lamora 5 times and it just hasn't happened, but I want to. I know I'm gonna love it if I can just get into it, and I just figured if I just own all 3, then I might do it, but so I don't know. Again, I don't know why I bought these. And the one that I consider a holy grail. For those of you who know me, I'm obsessed with the Red Rising trilogy, and I have every edition of Red Rising in English that exists and all the ARC copies, except for one which I found at the Lifeline Book Festival. This is a Red Rising Australian ARC. This obviously came out years ago. I never expected to get this. I was literally perusing the aisles and it was just there, lying there, and I was like, someone's punking me. And surely this doesn't happen. You don't find things that you want badly just sitting there. And it was. So I was like, well, okay. That just topped off my whole thing. I was like, you can't get better than that. I got was The False Prince by Jennifer A. Nielsen. I believe it's a YA book. I don't know anything about it, but her new book, The Trader's Game, just came out, and I want to pick that one up. And I don't know if you have to have read this one to pick up that one, but I was literally just walking past and I was like, oh hey, I was thinking about that book the other day. I'll just get it. I also picked up The Art of War by Sun Tzu, just because I've always wanted to read it and I just never got around to it. Caleb also got a copy of The Art of War. Obviously it's super common in Red Rising and it's referenced a lot in the Poppy War, so I thought I'm just gonna read it. Now the next ones I got super frustrating because I got numbers 1, 2, and 4 and I could not for the life of me find number 3. But they are the Protector of the Small by Tamora Pierce series. So the first book is First Test, and then Page, and then Lady Night is book 4, so I don't have book 3. But these are old ass fantasy young adult children's books. I picked them up because I really liked Slaughter and Tempest, which is her new book. These are young old kid books, so the text is huge. I can finish this in an hour or so, which will be nice. One thing I love about the Lifeline Book Festival is all its fantasy books are old school fantasy, because I just love the covers. I now I go from liking a really nice proper cover to a really hardcore old school fantasy from the 1970s. I also picked up the Earthsea Quartet by Ursula Le Guin. This one I had never heard of until Els mentioned it as a book of the month option. I also picked up Girls Made of Snow and Glass. I seen this one at work and I meant to pick it up and just never did. Another one that I'm super excited about was another rare ARC find, but it's Prince of Fools by Mark Lawrence. Prince of Fools is the other series that I haven't read, which stars Jalen. I found it in an ARC, so I was like, oh, hell yeah, I'm gonna get it. Wow, this is pre-map and everything, so I'm gonna have to, Google the map. So that was my Lifeline Book Festival haul and video. As I said, this video was sponsored by the guys over at Lifeline. If you like what you saw and you're a local, the Lifeline Book Festival runs from Saturday the 23rd of June until the 1st of July at the Brisbane Convention and Exhibition Centre. If you want to go, entry is free. Bookfest is the largest fundraiser towards Lifeline. Every dollar goes to supporting the 24-hour crisis hotline. Obviously I brought my own tote bag, but they did also wrap the books as well. So if you're interested, if you're in Brisbane or if you're a local, you should head to the Lifeline Book Festival this week, because like you just saw, I got some amazing stuff. I think I spent just under or just over $100 and I got 17 books. So I think that's a pretty good outcome. I think this is probably the biggest haul I've done at a Lifeline Book Festival. Overall, I'm pretty happy with it. And now I just have to find a place to put all of these books on my shelves, because I definitely do not have the space. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, and let me know if you've been to Lifeline Book Festival, because it's 3 arcs. 3 of them. Wild. Wild. Anyway, I will see you guys next time. Bye.